Good morning. Welcome to Child Development 150. In this video, I'm going to take you through the course structure, some of the policies, and other really pertinent information that you're going to need for this class. So I am going to go ahead and I am going to share my screen with what it is going to go ahead and look like online so that you should be a little bit more just to kind of help you understand Canvas. So I'm going to start off with some very different changes from this fall. Um, so typically we offer this class, 150 is in the fall and 155 is in the spring. And it's been that way for like 7 or 8 years, at least as long as I've been kind of adjuncting at Palomar. And so this semester, some admin decided to change it a little bit. So we're going to be offering 8 weeks and 8 weeks. So Child Development 150, which is our kind of administration, one of our first administration class will be the first 8 weeks. So it'll be August through kind of October. And then we'll jump into our 155, which we used to offer in the spring, and that will be from October to the end of the semester in December. So they'll both be 8-week classes. You need both classes to go into any kind of administration or management within this field. It's like it's a community care licensing, Title 22. You also need it for your permits if you're going to go into a Title 5. So you need both these classes. So like I said, we would offer 150, the kind of the first class in the fall, and then the second one in the spring. We're trying something new. 150 is in the first 8 weeks, and 155 is in the second 8 weeks. So this is a little bit different. If you already took 155 with me in the spring, you're all set. That class totally counts. You're going to do 150 just really kind of accelerated with me. It'll be a different format than it will not format. It will still be on Canvas, will be online, and asynchronous is just going to be a little bit more fast-paced than 155 was in the spring. I'm letting you know about this just so that you know, because it is a kind of a difference with how we've ever done it, and I believe the other community colleges have done it similar, one class in the fall, one class in the spring. And so this is kind of a different way that we're attempting to do it. I don't know what's going to happen in the spring. I don't know if they're going to offer 150 and 155 again. I don't know if they're just going to wait and they only offer these classes in the fall. I have no idea what those higher level decisions are being made at Palomar. So if you're in the semester and you're taking 150, but you don't have 155. So if you're just for the first time wading into this administration thing, I would highly suggest if you're in 150 and you need 155 to take it this semester. Because like I said, I don't know what's going on in those other semesters. So would it be that you'd have to wait an entire year, like 365 days, or you'd have to go to another community college? So if you are in 150, I highly suggest that you also take 155. The great thing about this format, it's all online. It's all asynchronous, so we're never going to have to meet at a specific time. It'll be fast-paced, so if you have a job that's contingent on taking these classes, you're now going to be done in 16 weeks versus an entire semester, like you wouldn't be done until the end of May. So that's kind of, I think, why this class and this way of teaching it was proposed. So that if you wanted these classes, you could get them done in an entire semester. In 4 months, you'll be done and you'll be able to apply for those administration management jobs like director, assistant director, enrollment coordinators, things like that. If you want to stay where you are, this is just kind of the next step that you believe. Or if your job is contingent on this, like you are in the classroom, but they want to take you out and have you do some admin tasks, but you have to do this, you're going to be done a lot faster. So you're going to be done in December, mid-December versus the end of May. So I think that's kind of exciting. So once again, if you've taken 155 with me, you don't have to take it again. That course counts, of course. If you have no classes, suggest taking both of them at the same time, but it's totally up to you. But I'm just kind of letting you know this is how it's going to be done this fall. It's different than previous semesters, and I don't know how it's going to happen going forward. And so I just wanted to give you the most information that I have about these classes. So right now, this video is only going to be for 150. So the first part of the semester, I'm teaching 150 for 8 weeks, and that's what the rest of this video is going to be about is that format. When 155 starts in October, I'll release the Canvas course. It'll be structured very similarly, and I'll have a video, but this one right now is just for our 150 class, which is our administration class, our kind of first administration. You can take them in whatever order you want. So here's some more information about that. So this has been up for a couple of weeks, and I sent an announcement out just so you guys would know this is a new thing that people are kind of asking me to pilot for the first time. The great thing about this class as well is there is no textbook that you'll need. We'll do all the readings embedded within the class, and they'll all be like free online resources and things like that. That's a great thing about child development. We're pretty open with our online resources and things like that. We want you to be successful, so you don't have to spend any additional fees on this. Also with this class, it's completely online and it's completely asynchronous. So you do it when you need to do it. You do have to be on every single week because I have things due every single week. But if you need to work Saturday nights, if you need to work Monday mornings, whenever you need to work, because many of you are busy working professionals already in the ECE field, I've given you some flexibility within that week to get your work done when you need to do it. So I'm just going to take you through the first module that I have on Canvas. We're going to do the syllabus, and then I'll kind of give you an example of what a typical week will look like, because it is going to be more fast-paced, because once again, this is an 8-week schedule. I've got to get everything that previous years I've been doing in 16 weeks into 8 weeks. So our weeks are a little bit more busier, but once again, it's asynchronous. You have that flexibility to get it done when it works with your own busy schedule. So here's that welcome about the 150. That will always kind of be up. I'll do that. But this will be our first module that you are working at, and this will always stay here, and it'll always be the first or second module. So you can always come back to this video or the syllabus or student support or anything like this. So when you go to the first module, it says welcome video and syllabus. Obviously, you've clicked on this because you're watching the video. But here is our syllabus that I'm going to take you through. And I'm just gonna, as fast as possible, take you through some of the policies that you need to know about. And then I'm gonna jump back into Canvas and I'm gonna kind of explain the whole class and how it might flow for you. By the end of this video, I want you to feel super secure and super kind of not stressed about this. Like, you know what's gonna happen. You're feeling pretty good about it. You know it's gonna be some work, but you don't have any outstanding questions. If you do have questions, you need additional support, this is my email. You can click on it right here. It goes to my email. Typically what most people do is, if you see my mouse, I am on the left-hand side of the screen. If you go to inbox, which I'm circling right now, so on this left-hand side, you go to inbox. If you click that, you should be able to send me a message super, super fast, and then you don't have to enter into this whole Palomar email or go into your student email either. You just can click on that email right there, and that's going to give you access to me. That is probably the easiest thing. That message goes straight to my inbox. I think I get it within 15 minutes. And as soon as I see your email, I will answer it. I am teaching in the classroom this week. I am on the Palomar campus on Tuesdays and Thursdays just for a little 100 lecture. And I teach another location as well. So I do teach Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings. When I'm teaching, I'm not available. But other than that, I check morning about midday, and then about 4 o'clock, I typically check for the last time, kind of wrap up my day. So I check my email at least 3 times daily. If I see your email, I will always respond to it as soon as I see it, even if I am just letting you know that I need to ask somebody else the question or something like that. Please contact me. Feel free to contact me on the weekends as well. I will not read it until Monday. So I am a real life person. I am not a bot teaching this class. I'm a real life person who has over 25 years of experience in this field. And that's why they've asked me to do this, is they have a lot of administration management and supervision skills. And so they're teaching this class. Me being not a bot, I don't work weekends and I don't work holidays. I am around Monday through Friday, normal business hours, to answer your questions. If you know that you're going to be working weekends, let's say you work a standard 8 to 6, 9 to 5, whatever it is, during the week, and then you have kids and commitments and transportation. I'm in that Uber era of my life for my 3 kids. I feel like I'm more their Uber driver than their parent. So if you are also like me and your evenings and afternoons are a little bit busy, or you're constantly stuck in your car, I feel you. Or if you have little ones, or you have other family commitments, or you have hobbies and things like that, and you just know Monday through Friday is not great for you, that's absolutely fine. This is an online asynchronous class. You can do your work at midnight on Tuesday. I don't care when you do it, as long as it gets done on a weekly basis. That being said, take a look every Monday through Thursday, probably at that week's work. Click through everything. If it's not making sense to you or you have a question, email me Monday through Friday so I can get back to you. So if you're asking me a question on Friday at 11 p.m., I'm not going to see it until Monday morning, probably at 7 or 8 when I start my working week. So if you know that you're going to be working an untraditional hour on this class, please take a look at it and email me so I can kind of support you. Because once again, I am not online 24 hours, 7 days a week because I'm not a bot. I'm a real life human being. So that is my kind of biggest tip for success is check in weekly, get your work done weekly, and make sure that you don't have any outstanding questions because asking questions Sunday night when something's due Monday morning is probably not a great kind of study skill, especially for online asynchronous classes, where a lot of it is kind of self-directed and you need to have the kind of autonomy and independence to do it on yourself. So I'm going to click on the syllabus. So this is our syllabus for our fall 2024 8-week 150 class. So there's my email again. I'm going to have Zoom office hours definitely every Monday from 9 to 10. I might offer other ones as well. We're still in discussion with our union about getting paid to offer more hours. So I might even be able to add like 2 or 3 more hours as well. I know that many of you might be at work. So if this is not working for you, just email me with some days and times that work for you, or if you want me to give you a phone call or something like that. And I will respond with a link or I will call you or something like that. And we can meet on Zoom on times that kind of work for you. It can even be weekends if we set it up ahead of time as well. But those will be my standard ones. If they change, I'll change it online. I have a link online with my hours. Let me show you that. Um, so here is my, let's see. Here's my office hours right here. So any office hours that I add, I will add on here. And I'll also put an announcement and the links as well. But if you ever need the link for the Zoom office hours, they will always be right here. Okay, I am going to go to my syllabus now. Let me do a screen share. There we go. Here it is. Okay. So here is my syllabus. So there is my email that you can click and that should take you straight to it. As well, here is my office hours, which I said will be Mondays 9 to 10. I can do it by appointment and then I might be lucky enough to be able to offer more hours throughout the semester. And I would let you know on Canvas if that changes as well. The course description, this is just basic management principles. So it's a lot of child development, but it's kind of beyond child development. So within this class, you've taken like 100, 115. Many of you have already had like 24 units. You're probably already working in the field, although not necessarily. You might also be coming from K through 18. So we have like a kind of common vocabulary of child development principles. We're taking that and we're applying it into management ideas. So how do you kind of run, supervise a program or administer a program? So we're going to be looking at that a lot for the next kind of 8 weeks for this super fast class. You do need this class and the next class, 155, in order to get your a child development permit, and then also to meet Title 22 licensing regulations if you want to be a director, so you need both classes. We'll learn more about the class as we kind of get through it. So I'm not going to spend time kind of going through that. Feel free to read all of our goals and objectives that we'll be hitting in the next 8 weeks. So class attendance, it's asynchronous. You do not have to show up at a certain time. So I'm never going to have a synchronous link and do a lecture that way. I've already pre-recorded all of my video lectures. They will be up for you to learn from, to read for, and then I'll have readings and links and things like that as well. You do need to show up every week though. So you can't just get to 7 weeks from now and be like, oh my God, I've done nothing. I haven't turned anything in. I haven't learned anything. You will not learn all of the class in that short amount of time. So you need to be prepared to show up and get onto Canvas at a time that's convenient to you, at least weekly. And you're going to have 1 to 2 to even 3 assignments that you also have to complete weekly. I'll open them every morning and they'll close in the next following Monday. So you have exactly 7 days, which I think is like 144 hours in order to work on those. And they'll be open every single Monday. So you'll have an entire week to get them done. So you need to find a time, prioritize a time, and typically a routine and a consistency of this is the time on Saturday afternoon or Tuesday at midday or something like that when I work on this class has been really helpful for past people who have taken this. Like I said, we're all typically very busy people. So having a set carved out time for you to work on this class is going to help you be the most successful. You can't really be late to this class. If you need to email me and be like, hey, my kid broke my leg, I got broke their leg, or I got COVID, or something has come up, I'm not going to be able to get my work done this week. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's communicate. I'll give you an extension, that type of thing. I'm more than happy to help support you in being successful in this class. But what can't happen is that you can't be consistently late. If you're consistently late, you're not working on the class, you're not getting the materials, you're not watching the videos, you're not reading, you're not absorbing, you're not learning. And so you'll get backed up and you won't be able to make it up. So it's really important that you are consistently turning in the assignments so that I can grade them, which means that you're participating actively, even in an asynchronous way on this class. So I can help you with extensions and things like that. You need to have communication with me in order for that to happen as well. I don't accept late work during finals week, which is the 8th week, because I have enough kind of behind the scenes work that we're kind of trying to do in order to finish this class. Also, 8 weeks is halfway through a normal semester, so I'm also teaching all of my other classes as well. Plagiarism, we still don't allow any kind of plagiarism or anything like that. Typically, what happens in this class is you've taken a quote from online and you haven't attributed it to somebody. So, like, if you were doing some kind of assignment and the quote, play is the work of the child, which is either Montessori or Piaget, I would accept either. If you wanted to put that in there, that would obviously be somebody else's work. That's a beautiful quote that either Piaget or Montessori. We're still a little bit of confusion about who actually said that about 100 years ago. But it's a beautiful quote. It's not your quote though, so you have to tell me when somebody else has actually said it. So please make sure that you're not copying and pasting from anywhere online. It will immediately tell me. I have plagiarism checks on every part of Canvas. If you cut and paste from the CDC, if you cut and paste from your own online website at your job, that type of stuff, it's immediately going to highlight to me and I'm going to see that it's not your work. Go ahead and use people's work, quote them, but just give them the attribution. So say this is from Maria Montessori, or this is from my website, or something like this, so I know where that is coming from because I'm going to see it anyway. If you're having any issues about integrity or honesty or plagiarism, please email me. And also we have great resources with our English department and our library here. I'm more than happy to kind of help you with that as well. We'll have a few discussions, not many, and they're not graded. We're mostly professionals in ECE, so I kind of see the discussions as networking, learning from other people. So we will have some discussions. Please stay on topic. Please be appropriate and respectful. If you're not, I'll just kind of take your comments off. It's only ever happened twice. One time somebody was having a rough time in their life and went a little bit overboard in one of their comments and I removed it. And then another time I got botted. And so like somehow AI and bots got into my class and put all of these wacky, crazy, didn't make any sense discussion posts in one of my discussions and I had to take the whole discussion board off. I don't know how it happened. That's technology for you. So if you're disrespectful or inappropriate, I will remove it. Disability services. So if you're an English as a second language learner, if you are returning and feeling a little bit insecure about anything like related to your writing, because there's a lot of writing. If you're in an online asynchronous class, there's going to be a lot of writing because that's, kind of how I can evaluate what you're able to do. So if you have a verified disability, please go ahead and get your appropriate academic accommodations. So important. I used math tutoring when I was a community college student and I got some accommodations as well for testing, and they were so helpful and helped me be successful and be able to transfer and go to university as well. So we all have different ways that we learn and understanding that about ourselves and getting the accommodations that we need in order to be successful are so important. So know that we have a tremendous amount of services, which I'll show you in just a little bit as well. Same with tutoring as well. Like I said, I got a little bit of testing accommodations, but more than that, I got weekly tutoring in math because I'm pretty good writer, and I love child development, and I was doing great in those classes. Science was giving me a little bit of a hard time, but I could not pass math. So at MiraCosta, I did a weekly math tutoring until I was able to pass my classes. So just know that those resources are available as well. I can only kind of communicate with you through Canvas and also through kind of your Palomar student email. My email, my work email at Palomar might kind of hide your Gmails and things like that. So if you are going to use email, please make sure that you're using your student, and then also check into it. Or if you are not going to check into it, have your student email forward to like your Gmail, your Hotmail, or your work email as well, because a lot of the resources still go through email or through Canvas. So like cool things will happen. They gave away a bunch of Galaxy like football tickets last semester. So everybody like there was like 500 tickets. So if you wanted to watch some free football with your family, they'll put those types of things in emails. I know previous semesters they gave away turkeys and groceries for Thanksgiving. So that type of stuff, it goes through your email. So either check your email or have it forwarded to your personal or kind of professional email. Everything that's in this class is mine, and if it's not mine, I attribute where it kind of came from. So these you can't take any of the information, my course content that I myself have created, and use it as yourself. So you can't pass it off that you kind of created this, and you can't record it or put it online or do anything with it because it's maybe protected by kind of intellectual copyright. Social media, same thing. You can't like video and share anything from this class on TikTok or Facebook or Snapchat or Instagram. So you can't record like my lectures or anything like that. I don't want to be on Facebook. I don't want to be on social media. Certainly don't want to be on TikTok. So please do not put anything from this online course onto any social media. I don't consent to that use. Also, AI. I don't see us using AI, but AI has become more of a tool that students use. If you are going to use it to help you write, to help you understand anything like that, if it is part of your writing assignment, I need you to highlight where you used AI. So this part's mine, it's normal looking. This part AI created, you need to highlight it. And then on another page, you need to tell me why you used AI in that section. So I was struggling with communicating the sick policy, and I asked AI to help me. This part was created by AI. I think that AI did a fine job. This is a policy that I would say a lot of times people will use AI to help them with that. And then they will realize that it's not a great policy. It doesn't fit their community. That sick policy that they thought AI was going to do a great job on didn't even think about stomach, or it doesn't include COVID, or it doesn't talk about late fees or something like that. So I've found that it's pretty poor content. A lot of times we have to be super responsive to our communities, right? And so AI is not great at that because they're pulling from every single aspect of every part of the globe of all of the millions and billions of people who use the internet. And so it's not going to really work for a policy that's specifically tailored to a part of San Diego with a specific community that you work for. So think about using AI, but I need to know when you use it, and you need to tell me why you used it, how you used it, and also, is it working? Is this a good policy? Is AI working for you? I also reserve the right that if AI isn't working or you're relying on AI too much, that we might have a conversation and talk about you not using AI, because still, this is a learning class. This isn't a class on how to use AI. This is a class on you thinking and learning as well. AI might be a tool for that, but if you're over relying on it, I will kind of reserve the right to take away the AI for this class. All of these things, these director's file, this parent manual, this quiz, and assignments, this will all be online, and I will give you lots of instructions. So the director's file is already open, and there's a video just like this where I explain it to you. The big thing is it's due in 8 weeks. Before it was 16 weeks. It was 4 months to work on it. Now you have 2 months. So you're going to have to be a little bit more tuned in with it. But all of these things will be online every week for, I need to change that. It says 12. Yeah, no, it's 12 online. Yeah, so 12 online assignments for 6 weeks. In the week 7 and week 8, you'll just have reviews and things like that. But other than that, you're going to have at least 20 points per week for 6 weeks. So each week, you're going to have 2 to maybe even 3 little assignments that you'll need to complete. Make sure that you save those. That'll be part of your kind of director's file. So we'll have what week 1 syllabus, and then we'll have an assignment this week. Next week we'll be planning and operating. Then we'll have employment and personnel. Then we'll have budget and funding. Then we'll have food and safety and nutrition. And then we'll have marketing, community programs. Then we'll have community care licensing, child abuse and trauma. And then we'll have a review. There won't be anything due that week. And then the following week, which is week 8, which is well into October, we will have our online exam due on Wednesday. Same with your director's file. I have it on when everything else is due on a Monday. The semester ends on a Monday, is over, and I started my other class on a Monday. So the very last week, which I believe is the week of the 14th, your final and your director's file will be due October 16th. Put that in your planner, put it in your phone, set an alert right now. It's a little bit different because of how the semester ends. I believe it ends on the 18th, which is a Friday. I need to have it in early so I can actually grade it, get you a grade so you can get your transcripts as soon as possible. So that is the syllabus. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to a share and I'm going to go back to what you will see online. Okay, so this is what it looks like once again. So here is the welcome video along with the syllabus that I just went over. And this is the short video. I guess it's not going to be short at the end of this, but this is where I explain the whole course. Next, within this welcome module that will always be there is the director's file. So the director's file is just an online Google Doc where everything you've done in this class is in one spot. When I was a starting out director, the internet existed. I had email, but we rarely used it. So back in the day, everything was in person. There was definitely not smartphones. I think flip phones were like, oh my gosh. So like I couldn't even afford a flip phone. I had a tiny little brick Nokia that I never used. So everything was very different. I had big giant files that looked like this. And this was my director's file. I still have it somewhere with all of the old community care licensing things that never really looked fine. Now everything's online and it's amazing and I love it. But the same thing, organization might be kind of hard, right? So please, what we're doing here is I'm giving you time and space and making sure that you do it by grading you on it, where you can put everything that you've learned this class and even other resources that you're actually using in work in one spot on Google, where you will always be able to access it, and it'll be a file and you'll have a table of contents, and it'll be much more easy and much more organized, and hopefully easier for you in the classroom, outside of the classroom, as a management, admin, elementary school teacher, to be able to access all of this stuff. So this is a video about what it actually is, and then this is how to use Google Docs if you've never used it before, and this is my kind of rubric. Once again, this is due the Wednesday of the last week of this 8 weeks, so it's a little bit faster, so it's going to be due October 16th. So please take a look at that video as well. Then I wanted to put all of our student support services. So I have counseling. We have a great nutrition center with it's like a grocery store here on the main campus. It's amazing. I mean, literally looks like a grocery store. So if you needed like basic help with groceries, even if it was food stable, we also have fresh foods and refrigerators as well. If you need help with bills, housing, we even have things for safe parking. We have technology resources. So if like you need a hotspots or something like that. If you are struggling with Canvas and Zoom, we've got tech on that. I think we got rid of our testing sites, but I think that page still has all of our information about like testing kits and things like that. We have just basic resources right here. If you needed to get on CalFresh or 211 or housing or anything like that, this is all there for you as well. So please use those resources. This is my offer hour schedule, so it will be 9 to 10:30. If it changes, if I'm able to offer more hours, I will put them here on Canvas, but this link would stay exactly the same. If I need to change that schedule because I already know somebody just emailed me one of the days, I'm going to have to probably change my Monday because I need to go to a meeting. Then I will put it an announcement as well, letting you know what that schedule might be for the week. But for the most part, 9 to 10:30, hopefully I'll offer some more as the semester goes on. In addition to that, if you need to meet with me on a different time, email me some days and times on that work for you, and I'll respond with a Zoom link, and we can meet at a day and time that's more conducive to you and kind of your working environment. All right. So each week you're going to get on campus and it's going to be totally up to you. So this has just opened. So this is my week 1. So you're going to introduce yourself just so I know who you are. Hey, this is me, a picture of yourself, just so that I can kind of get a roster going and also learn a little bit about you. I have 2 different video lections. One's on program planning and curriculum. One's on diversity and inclusion. And then you guys are also going to do a leadership style little writing and then write a mission statement and a diversity statement as well. And then I've put a little kind of resource for diversity on here as well. So each week will be some video lectures and some kind of course content that way. I'll have at least 2 assignments that you'll need to work on. And then if I have any additional resources, I will also put that on there. The great thing is that a lot of my resources will be in these kind of video lectures. I'll have links underneath the video lecture. So an example would be that it looks like this. So I have all about program planning and curriculum design. Then I have some videos about planning and curriculum. So these videos are the same from last year. So I might talk about an assignment at the very end that has changed. I'm pretty responsive to the class. So if like an assignment isn't working, I'll put another one on. So sometimes it's a little bit off. And then also because I've had to change this class, I didn't know that this was going to happen. So I had to change my class from 16 weeks to 8 weeks over the summer. We just kind of decided in the spring to make this big format change and go from 16 to 8. So some of the assignments have changed as well at the end. So in these videos at the end, I'm talking about a 16-week long thing. So if the assignment doesn't match up, so if I'm talking about curriculum planning assignment and it's not up, but something on I don't know, program quality is up, just roll with what I actually have on campus and not necessarily what I said on the videos. Because, like I said, there might be some sign of disconnect as I go from 16 weeks to 8 weeks. So, but like I'll have lots of links. Anything that I can't link, like this multicultural audit, I will put up as a PDF or a Word document on Canvas as well. If I share this, then feel free to take it as well. I'm sharing these resources for your director's file where you'll kind of compile resources and just so that you have it as well within your classrooms and within kind of your programs as well. So in this example, you're doing 2 assignments. Next week will be very similar. We'll talk about FCC, we'll talk about infant toddler, we'll talk about all these types of things. Then I'll have 2 assignments as well. Then week 3, same thing. I'll have assignments, we'll have examples, things like that as well. So I try to put everything in this week. So within the week, I open it on Monday. Typically, when I wake up after I get my kids off to school and I'm got my cup of coffee, I roll into my office and I get kind of the week started. Everything should be in that module. So everything that you need to do will be in the week 1 module. Then that will be due next Monday, which is Labor Day. So you can turn it in on Sunday if you want, but you can turn it in whenever you want. So a lot of times people maybe they have Mondays off. They get everything due on Monday and they turn it in on Tuesday. It's totally up to you. I won't start grading until everything is in and the due date has passed. Then I'll start grading. But feel free if you want to turn stuff in days earlier, please do. It just needs to be due by the following Monday. So just to recap, this is 150. It's 8 weeks, which is a completely new format. Next 8 weeks will be 155. You need both of those to be an admin person. So consider taking both classes. If you've already taken 155 with me, you're all set. You just need 150. If you I'm a real life person, if you're going to work online asynchronous by yourself on a untraditional hour like Saturdays or Sundays, take a look at it early, ask me any questions. Set up a time for yourself to work on this class because each week you'll have at least 2 assignments that you need to work on. I will accept late work, but I need to have email communication with you to ensure that you're staying up to date with this class, learning what you need to in an asynchronous format, link you up with any support services that you might need in order to make you successful. If you're consistently late or not working on it, that's going to be a problem because you can't get all of the work of the semester done in 1 week right before the semester ends. I got it. And then, yeah, everything will open on a Monday. So like week one's work is already open for you guys. It'll be due next Monday. Next Monday, I will open everything up again. I'll open week two's work. You'll have a week to work on that, and then I'll open week three. With everything is open on Monday, closes on a Monday, and is due on Monday, except for the director's file and the final exam, which is due on the Wednesday of the last week, which in this case is October 16th. Hopefully this video has helped you feel a little bit better about this class and what's happening. Please take a look at all the resources that I have online. Read through everything. If you have any questions, concerns, or need extra support, please email me or message me on Canvas. Once again, they both go to my email. I check my email 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, and I'm here to help you guys be successful in this class. Thanks so much, and I will see you more online or in my office hours. Have a great day. Bye.